Ah, traveler, once more you return, and I see the same glimmer of curiosity in your eyes. Sit down then, for the hour grows late, and the candles in this forgotten library burn low. Dust lies heavy on the shelves. The parchments crumble at a touch, and yet, within these ruins of memory there are still voices. Old voices. Dark voices. Whispers that should have remained hidden. Tonight I shall read to you what I have found, though part of me fears that by speaking these words aloud I lend them a life they were never meant to have. You see, when the King of Gondor charged me to bring order to these neglected archives, I thought I would spend my days chasing dust, cataloging tales of harvests and long-forgotten laws. Yet, hidden among the ordinary, bound in cracked leather and ink faded to brown, there are fragments of another kind. Fragments that tremble with a truth too heavy for daylight. NFOR Tolkien himself understood something most terrible, that evil's sharpest weapon is not the sword, nor flame, nor even the whip. It is dread. He had seen it with his own eyes, in trenches where silence was thicker than mud, where men's hearts broke not from wounds, but from the suffocating shadow of what was yet to come. Thus, in his great tale, evil is rarely shown in spectacle or gore. No, its truest form is corruption of the mind, despair that devours hope, a fate worse than death itself. Take, for instance, the venomous words of the Witch King of Angmar, Lord of the Nine, when he faced his prey. Do not stand between a Nazgûl and his prey. He will bear you away to the houses of lamentation, beyond all darkness, where your flesh shall be devoured, and your shriveled mind be laid bare before the lidless eye. Ah, do you hear it? This is not a threat of mere killing. Death is an ending swift and merciful. No, this is a promise of eternity in torment. Flesh gnawed away, thoughts stripped naked, paraded before that sleepless, burning gaze. To be captured was not to die, it was to be unmade. And then, colder still, the words of the mouth of Sauron, herald of the Dark Tower. She shall endure the slow torment of years, long and slow, as our art in the Dark Tower can contrive. Note the tone. No rage, no passion, merely the dispassionate cadence of a clerk dictating an entry in his ledger. Cruelty rendered into industry. Torment made efficient, systematic, endless. This is perhaps the most frightening face of evil, not the one that revels in your agony, but the one that does not care, the one that extends your suffering not from desire, but from order. NBUT, even these horrors, even the dread of the Nine and the bureaucratic cruelty of Barad-dûr, pale before what lies deeper still. NFOR Gandalf the Grey once confessed words that even he feared to utter. Far, far below the deepest delvings of the dwarves, the world is gnawed by nameless things. Even Sauron knows them not. They are older than he, and I walked there. But I will bring no report, lest the words darken the light of day. Older than Sauron. Think on this, my friend. The Dark Lord himself, Morgoth's most cunning servant, master of fear and deceit, did not know them. Even he was but a trespasser in their domain. Beneath stone, beneath time itself, something stirs. Something ancient, unbound, and indifferent to the quarrels of elves and men, to the ambitions of even the greatest tyrants. And Gandalf chose silence. He who faced Balrogs, who stood against death itself, dared not describe what he saw. What does it mean, then, that words failed him? What sight could so scar the mind of a Maya that he refused even to speak of it? What hope have we who stumble blindly through the dark when even the wise tremble? That word, gnaw, not slash, not strike, not scheme, gnaw. Slow, relentless, inevitable, as if the very roots of creation were being chewed away. Rats in the walls of the world, burrowing, consuming, undoing. What purpose do they serve? Do they serve any at all? Perhaps they do not seek conquest, as Sauron did. Perhaps they do not crave worship, as Morgoth did. Perhaps they simply are. Hunger given form. And that, my friend, is far more terrifying. One can resist hatred. But hunger? Hunger does not stop. Hunger does not negotiate. Hunger simply consumes. And here, if you allow me the folly, I shall offer you my own speculation. What if these beings were not created at all, neither by Eru Ilúvatar nor by Melkor's twisting hand? What if, when Melkor wove discord into the music of the Ainur, he did not merely introduce corruption, but tore holes in the very fabric of the song? Cracks in the glass of creation, through which slipped anomalies, fragments of chaos that should never have been. Ungoliant, the devourer of light, wrapped in insatiable hunger. Was she not perhaps one of these? Neither truly of Eru, nor wholly of Melkor, but something else, a shadow born from rupture, an echo of creation gone wrong. Her hunger was not desire, it was instinct, inevitable, absolute. She consumed because she was hunger. And dare I whisper this, perhaps Tom Bombadil himself bears the same mark of the unaccountable. He who laughs at the ring, who bows to no power, who exists outside shadow and light alike. Ungoliant devoured light, Bombadil dances in joy, but both are alien, both beyond our categories. Are they not both signs of a world fractured? Proof that not every anomaly is malign, but all lie outside understanding? This, I think, was Tolkien's quiet genius. He left these mysteries unnamed. He knew that a world feels truer when some of it lies in shadow, just as our own histories are full of silences and forgotten corners. He understood that what we imagine for ourselves, the horrors or wonders that our own minds conjure, are far more powerful than any description an author could provide. By withholding, he invited us to fear, and yet, amid these abysses, he placed the hobbits, small, ordinary folk, carrying on despite it all. Frodo and Sam did not walk only against orcs and towers. They walked against despair itself, against the certainty that capture meant torment worse than death, against the dread of nameless things gnawing at the roots of the world. And still, step by weary step, they pressed forward. That is courage. Not the absence of fear, but the defiance of it. And so, traveler, as the candle gutters and the shadows stretch longer, I leave you with this thought. Tolkien did not show us all the monsters. He left them where they belong, hidden, unnamed, whispering in the dark corners of our imagination. Perhaps that is his greatest gift. For the blackest abysses are not charted on any map. They lurk beneath our feet, gnawing quietly at the world, and louder still, gnawing at the edges of our minds. And in true bravery, the only kind that matters, is not walking without fear, but walking onward even as you hear it, that sound in the dark, that quiet, patient gnawing just beyond the edge of the light.
If today's tale has stirred your thoughts and you wish to support the continued exploration of the old librarian, I would be deeply honored if you might consider subscribing and leaving a like. Each such gesture is like adding a new marginal note, evidence that someone has been here, listened, and found these words worth preserving. But most importantly, I should very much like to hear what you make of today's subject. Does this theory of men's artificial origin resonate with you, or do you find it entirely without merit? The light of truth often emerges from the sparks of many minds. Please do share your reflections in the comments below. I give you my word that every thought shall be read. And now, the hour grows late, the lamp flickers low, and the ink grows faint. But we shall return to these shelves soon enough. Until we meet again.